Hello again, folks. Just another quick update. It's very hard to get enough time set aside to be able to do our nice little complex videos. We did have something prepared for you because, believe it or not, we were in court again today. Unfortunately, we had a little mishap and the footage got deleted. I was back in again today for a traffic summons. Again, a rather questionable traffic summons, but anyway, a little bit of interesting news is that I was number 5 on the list for the day, and found after an hour and a half that the solicitor next to me was advising me, he said, "I don't know what's happening here today," he said, "but they're going all over the place with the list." So I wrote a note and passed it up to the registrar. It was Judge Mary Devons in court today, and again, to give credit, as soon as the registrar passed her the note which told her that I had a child sitting waiting in the car who was sick, that she immediately called my case next, and before I even had a chance to speak, she said, "I won't be dealing with this," and she adjourned it into April. Now clearly that was the right thing to do. I'm going to say right and proper thing to do for a judge to recuse themselves when there has been history, if you like, between themselves and a litigant. Which brings us back to the ongoing saga with Judge S.O.S. McCarthy, who is the judge who ordered me arrested last Monday. Now, as you all know, I was arrested off the train coming from the Supreme Court, where I had business in the Supreme Court. Now, it wasn't a scheduled hearing in the Supreme Court, but I was trying to get the Supreme Court to issue a direction to the court service to cooperate with me so that I could finish my appeal to the Supreme Court. What about? About the activities of various district court judges in particular. Now, this is a highly embarrassing matter for the establishment. I'm aware of that. I'm still hoping against hope that the Supreme Court will have the wherewithal and the guts to say, it doesn't matter how embarrassing this is, we need to deal with it in the overall interests of justice, because our experience in the High Court and the Judicial Review Court is that I might as well have been submitting Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck stories to them for all the notice they took of the issues at hand. And I just got the order by email in this evening of Justice Humphreys, and again, I'm gobsmacked, I think is the word, at the fact that none of the issues addressed in my application to judicial review has actually been discussed. It just simply says, I've read everything he said, I listened to what he had to say, and decided to refuse the application for judicial review. So I'm now taking that decision by the High Court into the Supreme Court, and it seems like the word has been set out that this is to be stopped at all costs. I believe that the DPP's office was fully aware that Colin Granahan, my co-defendant, and myself believed that we were to be in court on Thursday the 26th, which would have been yesterday. We can prove that this is what we believed because it's right there in my judicial review papers, as I'll put up here now on screen. On top of that, we've had videos announcing the fact that we're back in court in Castlebar to play Tiddlywinks, we said, with Judge S.O.S. McCarthy. When? On Thursday the 26th of January. Have we been given any notification otherwise? No, absolutely not. And when you contrast this with the fact that after going in front of S.O.S. McCarthy on Tuesday, where he declared, because I hadn't been in court on the Monday, he was going to find me guilty of a mini-minor Section 6 public order charge, which in fact is false anyway, based on the perjured testimony of the people that we've proven are involved in a conspiracy to pervert justice here, political policing at its worst, using criminal tactics to actually criminalise decent law-abiding citizens. Now, I'm still waiting for someone in the corridors of power to get back to me with some substantive response as to how they're going to tackle the crimes that we have exposed. Again, here we have Judge Amos McCarthy sitting there all irritated and gritting his teeth as I challenged him on the fact that he knew very well that crimes were being committed against us in his courtroom, that he was a participant in it, that I had actually already lodged a criminal complaint against Judge Amos McCarthy in with the Garda Síochána. I asked him to recuse himself. No, refused. I asked him for a thing called a consultative case stated, which is basically an appeal to the High Court about what he was doing. Refused, he said. And then I discovered the only other option I have other than to accept this appeal, which I now have to go for. I was told right there and then, if you don't sign these papers, you're going straight to jail for 2 months. It's unbelievable. I haven't even entered a plea in this case. I was denied legal aid. I've objected every single day that I could to what was going on. We've been ignored. We haven't been allowed to call witnesses. We haven't even entered a defence. This is so unbelievably outrageous conduct on the part of a district court judge that it literally beggars belief. And I've put this in writing, of course, and it's going out to all the top judges in the country. It's going to go out to every single TD in the land. There can be no excuse for this sort of behaviour, because frankly, folks, if this can happen to me and to Colin Granahan, in the conditions where we are doing our best, our utmost to challenge wrongdoing in the state, and if we can end up being put in jail for standing up and confronting crimes that are being committed in our courts, then this could also happen to you. Please think about that carefully and give us as much support as you can. Thank you very much. We'll keep you updated.